Welcome. Once again, we are back with the 1990 something Kawasaki KE100 barn fresh. Supposedly it ran when it was put away. Maybe something's not right in the carburetor or the choke's not hooked up. The fuel valve appears to be broken off, and you can see pretty funky. 95 Kawasaki KE100. This little guy is a two-stroke 100cc on-road and off-road motorcycle. And see, the fenders have been repainted, and yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. The other side cover over here has been repainted, but they left the decal on it. I know this bike, and I just happened to come across this bike again very recently. You can see that it only has, if you can see past the cobwebs, 1,061 miles. It's got an 80 mile per hour speedometer. So there you have it. I thought first things first, I don't really like to work on dirty bikes, and this thing's pretty funky. I know some kind of barn animal's been hanging out on top of the seat. So let's break out the old foam wash and let's give it a scrub down. We'll give it a scrub down and then we'll evaluate it, pull it around to the back, and see if we might be able to breathe some life back into this cow. Time for some foam blast. Well, malfunction. My bad. You got to plug in the pressure washer. I'm gonna give it a hand scrub, and well, if you guys want to join me, we'll just fucking hang out and I'll scrub this sucker down. Scrub it. Always choose to do crap like this when I got on fly-ass shoes or brand new shoes. Alright, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to continue to scrub for a few minutes. Alright, I'll scrub the back. I'm going to scrub the front, left side of the front wheel. About all the damage we're going to do today on the scrub down. Yeah. all been scrubbed. Give her a nice rinse. Alright, now I got the old wet foot, but let's take a walk around while she's drying off. I did notice that it is a, let's see, damn it, sorry fellas, but it's a 1995 model Kawasaki KE100. That's it after the first wash in I don't know how many years, at least I'm gonna say 5 or 6 years since it's even been washed or touched or messed with. Much better. And I'm not worried about any of the heavy staining on the seat or on the tank, because we can always use a little bit of compound, or you know, we can worry about beautifying it after we make sure that the engine's good. We'll go over all that in the backyard, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with you in a minute. All right, 1995 KE100 is now in the backyard. You know what that means, backyard teardown. We'll see what it needs. I already know that it needs a fuel valve. We'll see if we can turn that with a little pair of pliers. However, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull off the seat. The carburetor is right inside this side cover right here. You got to pull this boot off right there and access the carburetor through the side cover. Air filter is right here in this little circle guy there. So we need to take some things apart. I'm pretty sure, I haven't even looked in the tank because I'm afraid. So let me go ahead and do that. Pretty bad. Alright. That's got to come off right. The tank's got to come off. Let's see if this seat will open. Ha-ha. Seat opens. Start yanking on stuff. That's a screw holder. That's where the 2-cycle oil goes in now. Alright, let's pull the side cover off. Let's take a look at the old carburetor. Pull the tank off. Just a minute. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to grab a compression tester and we'll be right back. Alright fellas, the seat flipped up like that doesn't look like it's going to be in the way, so Let's go ahead and remove this gas tank, and I know it needs a new fuel line, so oh, that's pretty crusty. Looks like 1,000 mile bike. First, pull the spark plug. Get y'all in here where you can see if it has spark or not. I don't. Might just be impossible to see. All right, let's check. Let's check for spark. Oh, hell yeah. Heck yeah. Sparking like a mug. All right, we have spark. Dang it, something's odd here. All right, whatever. My bad, guys. I don't have all them fancy camera gadgets. All right. So there we have it. We have spark. That's a good sign. Let's hook up the compression tester. Let me hook that sucker up. All right. I got the old compression tester. Or actually, it's relatively new compression tester. All right. Camera down. It's a very windy day today. All right, camera down. Windy day. I have to let this die down a little bit. Okay, next. Maybe I'll think I'll wait for my tripod or something. Anyway, let's do a compression test. But first, again, let's move you guys in like that. All right, throttle open. Oh goodness, the throttle's stuck. All right, throttle wherever it is. All right, we're at 100, but I'm sure that's because, oh, it sounds really good. We're at 90, whatever. It's because the throttle's closed. It's not allowing it to do its thing. But before I kick it anymore, just in case. All right. Oh, I guess y'all missed that. I put some stuff in the cylinder. Sorry, I'm making people dizzy. All right, here we have it. My bad. The wind is horrible. It's never like this. We had storms all across North Texas going into, I guess, Oklahoma and Arkansas and New Mexico. So we're just going to deal with it. Okay, 100 psi, that's not good. I'm pretty confident that that's because the throttle is closed. So let me take this side cover off. We'll access the car. There's only two. Let me get this last screw. I might have to use the impact. Alright, side cover off. Time for some PB blasting. Yeah, the throttle paper was even hung up on this too. Where this comes out. Alright, before I force anything, I'm going to let that soak for 15-20 minutes. And then we will do another compression test with the throttle open and make sure and see if that changes.